Hello everyone, my name is Scott C. Waring of UFOSightsDaily.com, and what I'm zooming into here is the planet Mercury. I like to focus on Mercury because there's way too much focus on Mars. Mars is about as significant as, well, dead planet. Let's look at things that are still alive and thriving. This is Mars. As I zoom out, you can see this is the photo. Zooming back in, moving to the right and up. Right here, the red circle, there is one structure. But don't assume there's only one structure in this. There is actually hundreds of structures in this one photo. What you've got to do is when you download the photo, increase its size by 300%. It will not have any degradation of pixelization or anything. It will come out perfect, and this is what it is. You see the structure? All right, let's zoom in on a little bit more. Can you see the structure now? Okay, there's some lights over here at the ends of these tunnel-like structures, and the sort of translucent tunnels that go through here, and it looks like they go underground. This is not the only structure like this. I've seen others exactly like it. Okay, nearby this structure, there's another one. Right here, can you see that right there? There is a tower. The tower with a lot of right angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not quite right angle, but let's say it is. Then there's another structure right over here. Can you see this structure? Flat black. Flat black, a lot like the stealth color of the B-1 and B-2 bomber. I know I used to paint B-1 bombers. It's made so it can't be detected so easily on radar, and it won't be noticed so much by eyes. And check this out. Look at this. They're using the same substance, it looks like. So there's 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's another one right here. Let me zoom in on this a little bit so you can see them better. How's this? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. This might or might not be something, but I just can't settle my mind on that one, so I'm not going to bother wasting my time on it. But look at the amazing detail of these structures. Yes, there is another one right here. Of course there is. Like I said, Mercury is alive and thriving. There are structures all over the little bugger. All you have to do is look for them, enlarge the photo, and you'll be surprised by the detail. Here's another one right here. Can you see this? It's sort of a triangle shape. Here is the center of it. It's tall like a pyramid and goes downward, comes up and down, but it's not a pyramid shape. It's more of a triangle laying down cube shape. Okay, there's a couple other structures around here too, but honestly, I think these are some of the better ones in the area. Let's move up a little bit. Basically, you can move anywhere you want and find structures in this photo. I'm sure you can go to the photo and find things I did not see. Also, if you look at this photo through an HD camera, you will notice the detail suddenly jump from 80 to 85% picture to 99% picture. You will see detail beyond detail. HD cameras tend to refocus things, especially those Sony Cybershot things. Okay, here's a bit of a structure over here. Hard to tell. A little bit of a square here, but a waste of my time. No waste of yours. Come down a little bit. We're looking for structures. There are structures all over the little place. Okay, looking for the larger structures first. There's a lot of small structures in this photo, and what I want to focus on is the larger ones. Let me zoom out to show you where we are. We're right over here in this area of the photo. Zoom in, go back to that area a little bit, and move to the left. Okay, down, 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 down to the left. Okay. As you see, here are these structures. Here's this one. Look at this one pretty closely. And we will come down, move over here, and look for more. Okay, right here is another structure. I'm just finding these right now. I haven't really investigated them too much beforehand. So let me enlarge it so you can see this. There you go. This is a structure. It's not the pixelization from them trying to cover things up like this is right here. I'm not sure actually what this is. I'm not even sure if it's NASA or it's some kind of shield they have covering their surface. Difficult to say on this one actually. This is a very odd cutting for NASA to do, so I'm not 100% sure they did it. Okay, so as we look down, we'll see other structures. We see this long object here, a little bit hard to see, but if we move a little bit to the left, we'll see other buildings. Do you see this right here? A structure. Okay, moving over a little bit. Here's another one of those structures. Remember what I showed you earlier? This is it. Okay, that's an exact copy of the building, just smaller. Do you see these tubes? Let me enlarge that. No, that's too large. Okay, can you see this right here? That is the same as what we saw earlier up here. Right there. Okay, so I'm going down, 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 and to the left. And that is the place where we find the second one. This may be a long video, so if you want to see how I find it and where to find it exactly, jump to the end of the video and skip all this chit-chat. Okay. Excuse me. Quite a few structures around here. Let me move a little bit more to the left and down. This is the one I circled earlier. You can see this massive wall, and it looks like they walk under this area here, if they can even walk outside of it. There could be structures outside. Doesn't mean they can walk outside. Doesn't mean there's an atmosphere outside. They don't need an atmosphere with advanced technology to build it with robotics and AI. Okay, quite a bit of stuff here. I'm not sure what this is here. Let's move over, down, and quite a bit of information here. Okay, there seems to be something right here. Can't seem to highlight it right now. My computer is jammed from the size of the photo. But as you see right here, there is a square-like object that is semi-transparent in this area. Whoops, just lost all this garbage. As you can see, lag just caused it to loop. And that's not the area I was looking in. Lost it. Anyway, you got on video, you can find it yourself. There are some odd things about these photos like this. And I'm not 100% certain it's NASA. It could actually be some kind of shielding or roofing to shield them from, say, the cold of space, or to create an artificial atmosphere very, very low to the surface. They would need an extremely powerful shield or cover. Might not be a shield. It could be something hard. Something else. We're looking this area right here, and it's right below some of these structures I showed you earlier. Okay. Let me zoom in so you can see that this has some angles that shows that, number one, it looks like one of those ancient Mayan or Aztec faces. Here's the nose, here's the eye, here's the forehead, mouth, and it's looking to our right of the screen. And number two, that's just too many walls and angles to not be something significant. Not to mention there's sort of a half face, eye, nose, mouth, and chin over here. But that's a little bit less important. What I want to focus on here is these small, tiny structures now. There are small, tiny structures throughout this this photo, and I will zoom out in just a second. Accidentally ran into something here. What is this? Okay, another structure. Like I said, they're all over the place in this thing. Let me try to enlarge it for you so you can see that. Definitely some kind of structure there. Pretty amazing detail. Okay, zoom back out. That is where it is, next to these other structures. And zoom back in. What I want to show you is some of the detail that you have not seen before. And here's another structure. This is a structure. It's not part of the crater itself. It looks like some kind of portable structure, a structure that moves from place to place like a ship. You also see these little objects around the area. Okay, these objects are structures. These are buildings. Here's another one here, and you see a lot of them down here. Not a big deal, but there's a lot of these. These are just a few of the massive amounts. Trying to find, here's another structure down here. Skip that one, it's not that important, the detail's low. Here we are, right up here. Okay, NASA usually covers these with dark black photoshopping. They'll try to cover it with shadows so we can't see it, but obviously it's there and we can see it. Okay, this is the famous structure on Mercury I reported about 2 years ago. You could find it on my site if you look around. I believe it is, oops, here is the place where I got it. This is the first photo. It's right here. This is the photo of what I'm talking about from my website. You can see this structure, but it's so close and so large, apparently it's been blacked out here, so you're not allowed to see a lot of stuff. Well, over here you can see that there is structure here. There is massive amounts of some kind of, I'm thinking it's probably a metallic-like window, one-way window you can see through on the inside, but not on the outside. That would make more sense since lighting is very scarce out there. But you see these structures all the way around. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just for a minute. Bear with me on this so you can see the detail. Okay, look at this. Look at that. That is not pixelization. That is mechanically built tiny, tiny square structures put together. And it almost looks like they're put in a way that's a code that they can read. Okay, I'm zooming back out because that's just too messed up there. Going down a little bit, and you can see a lot more of these structures. Look over here, around the edges, Oh, it's been blurred out right here. Okay, on the edge here, it's normal, and over here, it's been blurred out. Let's check out the blurred part, just to show you some of it was covered up pretty poorly, too. Okay. But you see the detail of these structures. Look at this all the way around. There's way too much detail to say it's pixelization. I mean, these are there. These are on the planet Mercury. Look at that. The detail is incredible. Let me zoom back out a little bit so the detail's a little higher. Okay, there we go. And where is this? You just find this crater with this structure in the center, and you will find these things all over. Actually, you'll find these things everywhere. You can pretty much zoom anywhere in this photo, and you'll find these structures. Look at this over here on the edge. Over here, over here, over here. Let's zoom in on this area a little bit. A little bit more. What do you think? Okay, that's pretty good zoom there. Those are structures hidden inside the holes and crevices, or the makeshift craters, which I call artificial craters, on Mercury. Let me zoom out so you can see the detail. Look how many there are. There's literally thousands of these structures in one photo. Look at this. This is incredible. Whoops, gotta move to the left. Sorry, moving around on this photo is not so easy for me. I'm not using the regular Photoshop program, just one that came with the computer itself on my Mac. Okay, look at this. Look at this detail of this one. Coming in closer. Okay, bear with me. Okay, this is pretty incredible detail. It's not so bad there. Zooming back out. Okay, you see some other structures inside these holes and craters or whatever they are. If they're not really craters, if they're artificially made, then what are the names we're going to make for them? Okay, bear with me for a second. There's some kind of triangle right there. Doesn't look that important though. Okay, over here we could see more. There's less of a shield in this area. There's a line going across this crater, a double line. Looks like it could be something important. Here's this. Is that a structure or pixelization? It does look like a structure. Let's zoom in on that. That is definitely a structure, because not only is it here on this side, it's here on this side. There is sort of a staircase-like taping of this photo onto this side, but I'm not sure, like I said, that NASA did it. It could be some kind of shielding over there. Okay, and you see structures here, 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 down here, and you'll also notice that the tiny little structures hidden in these areas, they're a lot like honeycombs. Aliens apparently take from nature what nature's already perfected, and they try to use it to their advantage. And these structures are like honeycombs inside of a beehive. Not sure about that one. This one, some kind of structure there. Okay, coming down. Let's go over a little bit to the left, sorry. Okay, moving in. Here we are, right here. Can you see the structures inside? It's inside the shadows. The shadows are where they're at. Apparently this is some kind of infrared camera that can see in the shadows. So the shadows won't make any difference to this camera, or at least very little. So as you see, there are structures inside with fingers going up and down and left and right. Maybe those are tiny towers. Okay, moving down to the left. Here are some more structures. Here, 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 down here, and down here. Also, note they do park their spaceships in the sides that are deeper in craters. I found a couple of ships, which I reported before, and I also found some with the nose only sticking out of the craters. Okay, look at this. I mean, look at the detail on this. The shape, it is not possible that this structure is made normally in nature outside of maybe crystals. And crystals that large? Can you imagine that? Don't think so. Okay, my computer's jammed a little bit from the size of the photo. There it goes. You can see another structure over here and a bunch of others around. Let's move up a little bit. Like I said, this photo really deserves a lot more attention, but I wanted to document the things in it before NASA comes in, deletes these photos, and goes over them all with Photoshop, puts them back in again. They did this before when I reported these long black structures. Nobody wanted to help me and nobody believed me. and then 3 months later, they were all wiped out. Fortunately, I have a hard copy. I have 2 hard copies of those. They do exist, but it's hard to make people believe you when you're not NASA. Look at the structure sticking out of here. For some reason, people don't believe other people. They only believe the government, and the government is a sneaky, well, you know. You can trust them about as far as you can throw them, and they're pretty fat and heavy. Okay, here's some more structures up here. Here's one you can see in the crater, really deep, and it looks to be throwing a shadow, which is what we need to also help confirm that these are real. Do you see this structure going across the center and into the shadow area? It's not going into the lighted areas, in the shadow area only. They have a technique of surviving. I mean, if these are ancient species who have lived not just millions, but maybe billions of years, part of their instinct in their DNA coding is survival. And they want to build structures that look like the area. They want to build the structures in a place where they won't get noticed so much. They don't want other species to wipe them out with sneak attacks or God knows whatever happened to Mars. But one thing I do know is they care about survival. And this is how they've survived for so long, billions of years, is by putting structures and bases in places where you normally wouldn't think they would be. So lesser intelligent species would have more of a difficult time to find them. Wow, baby, check it out. Okay, that's a sweet one right there. Here's another one over here, moving over to it. Although everything else is blurry, this is highly detailed. Don't you find that odd? I do. And this too. It's all blurry here, but in the center, it's detailed. Just zoom out. And zoom out to show you the entire photo. These are the first circles I showed you earlier. This is the end of the photo. This is the other end of the photo. My website, UFOsightingsdaily.com, as you see on the far left. I published that about 2 years ago. I always suspect that this photo over here on the far right was edited by NASA, and apparently this confirms it. As you see in the shadow here, this is a round giant orb and 2 long wing-like structures over here. So you can see it here and see it here. These have both been changed a little bit. Apparently NASA is blacking these things out, or this on the far right is taken with a non-infrared camera which can't see through the darkness. If you have a little experience with infrared, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let me enlarge this a little bit so we can see the detail of it. Now there's way too much detail and structures all the way around the edges to say that this is not real. It does not exist. Look at this large round orb and its long wings. Okay, this doesn't look like it actually flies through space, but I guess it perhaps could. There's also some kind of face here. The white structure looks like it's representing some statue of an alien race from long ago, and commemorates the species. But you'll also notice that all around here that there is structures. Look at the lines. Lines coming down, then lines going across. Another line going across here. Lines going down. Now, if you look into this yourself, maybe you could even, let me delete that big fat circle there. Maybe you could even focus this better than me. This is just recorded with a basic screensaver. I did not change anything. Oh God, another face. Okay, I can't help it. It's just there. There's a face over here. It's looking to the right. Eye, you can't see the other eye. Forehead, mouth, and chin. You'll find faces all over the place when you find structures. There's another face right here. You probably can't see it very good. here's the chin, the mouth, the nose. It's also looking to the right, but this one you can see two eyes, a forehead. Let me see the forehead. Frankenstein forehead there. Anyway, if you look near the structures, you usually find faces. The faces are indicators that what you found is a true structure. The faces will confirm that aliens are around in that area. I don't know why they make the faces. You have to ask them if you ever meet them, but nevertheless they do. This is the place where I found the photos. This is NASA's. I can't show you the top of the page. They're not supposed to have people show you that part. But I can show you this part, the photo journal, blah, blah, blah. This is the first photo right here, taken in 1996-9-19. Planet Mercury, the Mariner Venus Mercury Mariner Mission 10 took it. Now I used the JPEG 3.9 megabyte size to download, which is much faster, is smaller in size, and it won't clog up your computer. This one does not have higher detail. That's something NASA tries to sneak out and say, this is a higher detail one. It's not higher detail. It's the exact same detail, different format. TIFF is not higher detail. It just is in a higher memory size for the same detail. And if you compare it for yourself, you'll find out. So what you do is you take this one, you click on it, you take it, you save it to your computer, you enlarge its size by 300%, then check out what's inside. All right. If you find structures here, if you actually check it out for yourself, please leave a comment below so that others will believe that these are real. Otherwise, people are going to think I faked all this stuff, and it's not a fake. I'm doing this, and I'll release probably 10 videos at the same time because I'm worried that these photos will be taken out and deleted by NASA. So I will release them all at once in one big bunch in just a few weeks.